wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to episode 2 of my life in high school. So before I begin, you guys can see that yes, in fact, I have found a way to record Xbox, so this may be a start to recording some more gameplay videos or voiceovers for Xbox. So if you watched the first episode, then you know that the dude that always used to ask me for answers, well, he ended up finding a website with all the answers, so about a week later, I got sick for 2 days in a row, and this was by the finals, so I had no clue what was going on, and yeah, so I had to ask him for the website, and he gave it to me, and ironically, that same day that he gave it to me, this kid got caught, so the teacher had to make his rounds to make sure no one else was cheating. So, yeah, that was kind of funny, I guess, but, yeah. So, a couple weeks later, in my gym class, this one shirtless guy came by and picked up this dude and took him into the shower room. It was funny as hell. So what happened was he was getting dressed, and this guy was like, what, maybe 275 pounds, shirtless guy, and he just picks him up and he goes to the freaking shower room and fucking tries to rape him. Like, in my mind, I was like, what the actual fuck am I witnessing? So after whatever the fuck that was, we had a free day in gym. It was the usual type of free day until a soccer ball smashes into this kid's head. So what happened was a couple of Arabics were playing soccer in the basketball court, and one of them decides to kick it as hard as he can to his friend, and the friend couldn't handle it because, you know, number one, it was about 4 feet off the ground, and number two, he kicked it too fast. So it smashed to this kid's head. So another kid took the ball, and he just whipped that son of a bitch into the weight room, which is for my high school on the second floor. So the dude had to climb up and grab the ball, so, you know, it caused a huge argument because he didn't want to do that. So if you guys remember the last video, how I said this food was literally gonna kill us, well, I have a picture to show you guys that it's actual dog shit rolled up to look like a hot dog. This food is the most horrible food I've ever eaten in my life. I thought public school for grade school was bad. High school has a little bit better food sometimes, but other times they will feed you prison food, green bologna and shit. So if that wasn't bad enough, the same day that, you know, I got it was a nasty ass hot dog. Oh no, I'm sorry, dog shit. So the same day I got that, this fucking freshman was blasting a little Einstein's remix, and he was fucking dabbing. And honest to God, these fucking freshmen, man, they need to be stopped. They need to be stopped right now. So a couple weeks later, this girl comes to my school with, get this, just her fucking socks. So not only did she once, but twice. Oh my God. So not only once, but twice she came in with her socks. And keep in mind, this was towards the end of the year, so there was snow on the ground. And it was about 10 degrees outside. So, you know, I was kind of thinking to myself, what the actual fuck, why is she doing this? And typically the stereotype is that white people are the crazy ones, and the black people are like really bundled up for winter. But no, not her. She just comes to school in her socks. So one day I was walking to my English class. This kid was screaming shit like, Brian tickled my asshole and Tony fucked me every time someone passed me. So my 6th period class was construction production, which was on one side of the school, and the class I had to go to was on the other side. So I was behind this kid, and I'm pretty sure he was gay. And every single time someone would pass him, he would just scream out shit like that. It was just the weirdest shit ever. So a couple days before the first semester ended, you know, we had another dumbass kid who was trying to do some funny dumb shit. And what this one decided to do was run across the street playing chicken. So, you know, of course, the kid got hit by a fucking car and almost died. So, yeah, my school is full of smart people. And, yeah, that's how the semester ended. So then we had our winter break, and nothing really important happened. You know, I just kind of played Roblox and all that. So then the second semester started, and in my 3rd period class, which is lunch, I was talking to a friend and he asked me for $1 to buy some cookies. I told him I didn't have any money and he said bet. So what happened was I looked down in my backpack and I just see $2 in there. And I was thinking that he had put it there, but I guess he actually hadn't. And so I quickly pocketed the money, and then this other kid comes back and he's like, "Who the fuck took my money?" And he was like yelling at his friends to give him the $1 back. And, normally if that would happen, I would give him the $1. But number one, the dude was pissed off as hell. And number two, he's kind of an asshole to people. So what happened was a couple days before that, like literally, this was on a Wednesday. When this happened, it was on a Monday. The thing that I hate him for. So, he eats his lunch, right? And then he takes out his backpack to work on some homework. And every single time he takes something in or puts it back, he slowly pushes that fucking tray onto my side. So what the school makes us do is, if the tray's on your side, no matter if it's yours or someone else's, you have to throw it out. So this asshole was trying to make me throw out his shit. And, I'm generally a shy person in school because I don't want to really get in a fight. So, I kind of just let it happen, and then when he went to go to the bathroom, I just fucking threw that shit back onto his side. I'm like, fuck you. So he comes back, and he just gives me this evil-ass, look, and I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do? It's your shit. So, then, normally a person would take it and throw it out at that point, but no, not this kid. He just leaves it there. Like, the bell rings, he just gets up and leaves that shit there. Oh my god, these fucking freshmen. So, yeah, karma's a bitch. So, about 4 days after that, so on a Thursday, not 4 days after Wednesday, 4 days after Monday, it was Thursday, and, I was going to get some pizza, sloppy grease pizza, and this one girl picks the pizza, she counts the amounts of pepperoni. Now, that's not really the weird part, counting pepperoni, I guess it's somewhat weird. But no, that's not weird to this girl. And then she decides to put a fucking finger in her mouth to taste it. Yeah. And, at that point, I'm like, fuck this. I just grabbed my shit and I got the fuck out of there. That shit was weird. So, a couple weeks before this, I was in my 4th period class. I believe it was the 2nd or 3rd day of school. And the reason why I'm in algebra is because I failed it my first year because of my bitch-ass algebra teacher last year. She failed me for some stupid-ass reason, which I'm not going to get into right now, but yeah, I didn't pass it. So, we were getting ready to leave for our next period class, our fifth period, and this one girl, she was a bit heavier set, maybe 275, 300, easily. She stands up, and she lets one slowly rip. I can hear that shit, like, now, I thought it was the chair because chairs tend to do shit like that because, the school's all fucked up. But no, about a couple seconds later, I was, because you breathe through your nose, so, I was trying to breathe, and yeah, I get a fucking mouthful of just ass. And she's not directly in front of me, she's like one decimal to the left. But still, that shit had a radius of the entire fucking room. I saw some kids on the other side of the room fucking cover their noses. So imagine my area. Imagine how bad that was. Oh my god, that shit smelled. Remember how I was talking about how I was musty? Nah, this bitch was musty. So, then 7th period comes around. And I was heading over to my driver's ed class, which, by the way, I just got my permit today on January 25th. But this was a little bit earlier in the year, 2018. So, we were going over a worksheet, and the instructor asked whether a parking lot was a person, vehicle, or roadway. And this girl says person. Not once, but twice. The instructor kind of just looked at her, and he's like, "You're serious? Are you really serious?" She's like, "Yeah, it's a person." And, he kind of gave up on us at that point, but he didn't. And I can't even make this stuff up. He then asked another girl what a jogger was. And this person says, a car. A fucking car. And, he's like, are you sure? And then she's like, oh no, it's a roadway. So, at that point, the teachers gave up on us. and he just read off the rest of the answers, and he didn't want to talk to us anymore. He thought we were a bunch of shitheads. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, actually make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me.